Hi, Kim Duke.
Hey, Christy. It's raining outside
It is
today.
raining outside.
I was going to mow the lawn today. I'm glad I didn't.
It was so cool.
Actually, today's the day you mow the lawn because then it gets watered after you cut it.
Who are you talking to?
What?
Myself.
Shut the fuck up, Joe. So I was looking for an umbrella because we had a guest coming, so I wanted to.
Did you use the little kid umbrella?
No, I mean I found it, but I went outside, found the umbrella, came back in, and Landon was about to go outside, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "I just wanted to see what outside's like." I was like, "Okay, that's fine."
From the kid who hates.
And
being
then
outside.
I go back into the garage and I hear boom, 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 boom. And I look around the corner and Landon's jumping on the trampoline in the rain.
He does like to jump on. He says he jumps higher, which I think is false because I've jumped when there's a sprinkler underneath and you don't jump as high.
Oh, it just feels more forceful. There's like a sonic boom.
Burn more calories.
But that was adorable, man. Layla ended up going out there too and jumping in the rain. And I freaking love it. I love
being kids. I love when kids act like kids.
Yes. Speaking of kids being kids, our guest today,
man-child.
Joseph Man-Child Christian.
Son.
Christian son?
Yeah, dude.
You're not just Christian?
No.
You sure?
You told me it was Christian
so.
son. Are you trying to be funny?
See, no.
What is going on?
I don't know what's going on. When I hit record, for some reason, this is the second time I've fucked up somebody's last name, even though I know goddamn well what their last name is.
Yeah, it's Norwegian, man.
Pull that bitch
you're
a
all
little
named
closer.
after like your fathers, and you're all like Lars' son, Andrew's son.
Your son of Christ?
Christ. Yeah. Christ's son.
Christ's son.
He's the son of the Christians.
Yeah.
I'm super excited that you're here. Thank you for making the trip, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Pull that mic down a little bit and
Okay.
closer to yourself.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Much better.
How long was your drive? An hour and a half?
That was like 50 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, what happened though, I thought I was going to get here a lot earlier. My girlfriend stayed at my place, and I'm like, you got to go. And she's like, I'm going. And then she walks outside. She's like, where's my car? I drove her to my place.
Oh, that's
So
funny. Yeah.
we just completely
I was
forgot.
like, what happened to the car?
Nah, mean streets of Minneapolis, though, so you got to be careful.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I had to do that, and then I was hydroplaning on the way here.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
You need new tires?
pretty fun.
No,
I
it
don't
doesn't
do
matter
that.
if you have good tires. If it's raining, it's raining.
Tires don't do anything.
No.
They don't do anything?
Huge waste of money.
No. Even
It's a
snow
big,
tires.
big scam.
It is.
I'm a rim rider.
That's the name of this episode for sure, Rim Riders.
Rim riders.
So I'm super excited because you were the first comic that I saw that, like, you know that meme that everybody shares of Zach Galifianakis with like all the math equations going on and from The Hangover when he's in the casino. And
Yeah, I know. Well, I know the scene from The Hangover.
yeah. So they edit in like all these math equations, like he's figuring stuff out. When you do jokes, I can see the 1, 2, 3, and it is just such a goddamn pleasure because that's like in Minnesota. There's a lot of like, I mean, the open mics. There's a lot of like testing shit out, but even when you test shit out, it still is like that's a joke. It's undeniable. It's not some random story that somebody's telling. You know how to fucking write jokes, man.
I mean, everyone has a different approach to comedy. You do it long enough, and you get pretty decent at it. Like, I would never tell the first, 100 jokes I wrote.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, they were disgusting. I'd be crucified.
Now, are you from Minnesota originally?
I'm from Fargo.
From Fargo?
Fargo, Minnesota.
Might as well be.
Far East Minnesota, yeah. So, did you start doing comedy out in Fargo then?
Yeah, Fargo had a pretty, thriving comedy scene.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they're all canceled now, but been exiled to Canada. But we had a pretty good comedy scene. There was a point in time when we had 2 comedy clubs and we had 5 open mics.
Wow.
Holy shit.
In a metro of 150,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah. For second time I went to go do comedy, I went to an open mic. There were 30 people signed up, so I couldn't get on stage.
Oh my god! How did they
Fargo.
get 30 fucking people on?
Well, it's a college-ish town too. Was it a lot of young kids or just?
Yeah. It was a lot of young kids, but just weirdos too.
Yeah.
Like everything was downtown, so you'd have all these oddballs that would come in. Like we got this guy named Simon Says. Shout out to Simon Says, who would tell the same 5 minutes of street jokes. It kind of sounded like he had just been bashed over the head with a mallet before getting on stage. It was just wackos. Yeah, it was fun.
The only thing I think of when I hear Fargo is Prairie St. John's because I work in mental health, so we send a lot of people to Prairie St. John's.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been?
We've all been. So we spent our senior year of high school.
Big old. It's a huge mental health hospital.
Yeah.
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 Some people have vocational
A
school.
lot of this big graveyard behind.
Oh. Is there really?
Yeah, they
Oh.
bury people sometimes.
Yeah.
Burial therapy.
Yeah.
Ah.
I don't know. I know people that don't like it. I
That don't
think
like Prairie
everyone
St.
I know
John's?
is hated
Every
going
patient I've
there.
ever sent there, they're like, I hate that place. Don't send me back there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they take like the most difficult patients that I've ever had.
Okay.
Bless their souls.
Yeah, Kim's a mental health professional.
Yeah.
Bless Sister Maria. Or what's the name of the... Is it nuns over there?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know.
I
could
don't know.
be
I'm
a
going to go
nunnery.
up there. I'm going to visit this
Assume
place.
it's nuns.
Goddamn nunnery. So, do you have brothers and sisters?
I have 3 younger brothers.
Okay. And did they think that you were funny, or did you kind of like, what's the age gap?
I have one that's 2 years younger, 4 years younger, and 8 years younger. And no, they don't think I'm funny.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty dry in daily life. Like I just constantly thinking instrumentally, like how am I going to get to the grocery store? Like what am I going to have to clean today? Like getting anxiety about things I don't have done, or I don't know. I read a lot of history and philosophy books. So for
Really?
the most part, talking to me is really boring.
I was going to
It's
say you sound
a
awfully
fucking-
boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I regret having you on already.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do get what you're saying, though, the anxiety about things that you haven't gotten done. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
But then you don't do it. You just sit there and be like, I really should be doing this. And then you get anxious about it. And then you still don't do it. And so you have this anxiety over something you could have solved, but you just don't do it.
Yeah, and I'll just tune out for an hour
Yeah.
during a conversation and just think I should buy that macaroni strainer. I'm gonna fuck up this casserole for the big.
The vegetable spiraler.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Salad
Having a
spinner?
stroke over here.
Yeah. You okay?
Anyways,
You okay? I just got a food processor.
Ooh, I have a food processor.
Those are crazy. Like I made zoodles. I made like a pound of zoodles in 5 minutes.
what the fuck are zoodles?
Zucchini noodles, which I have two. I have a zucchini.
Oh,
Do you want
I mean
some
the noodles shaped like Z's.
By the way, is my ponytail in your camera? Is it blocking your shot?
Oh, there's a camera
just
on
your
me?
stupid hand?
There's actually
No,
2
you-
cameras on you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You signed that release before you came, right?
How my feet
Yeah,
doing?
we're getting your
Okay.
hobbit feet.
Yeah.
What? You don't
How
get
many
people's
countries
feet?
have you toppled with those feet?
They're actually very soft. My girlfriend always talks about how soft my palms and soles of my feet are.
Do you do those things where you put the bag over your feet and let them soak for a while?
No, I've never even heard of this.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a foot bath for
Yeah,
hobos,
basically.
or
No,
what?
you like put this exfoliating stuff and then you put a bag over your feet.
Okay.
Well, you got what you.
And then you got a bag of like skin water when you're done, or what?
I don't
What's
know.
going
I've
on?
never
man.
done it.
That's actually how they make kimchi.
Okay.
Gross.
My
Homeless-
dad's done the thing. Have you seen? This is like in bigger cities. They'll have like these Southeast Asian parlors where you stick your feet in the fish eat.
What?
Yeah.
The
You've never
stuff
heard of
off your
that?
toes.
No.
Yeah, my dad's
You should
done
put
that.
your feet in there. They need it.
Are
the
pretty
fi-
bad?
The fish. Yeah, I have disgusting feet.
I mean, you both have shoes on in your own house, so I have to
Yeah.
assume the worst about both your feet.
It's a solid.
Are you Japanese?
I am Japanese.
Oh, well then you can do that.
But
These
so
are my house shoes.
there's
Okay.
there's fish in the water as your feet are in there.
No, after your feet are
Oh,
in there.
after you.
No, wait, well,
Yeah, you put your feet in there. There's a little fish in there, and then they nibble off all the dead skin and stuff on your feet.
they're little like minnows though,
Yeah,
not like catfish. Or
they're
something.
not like piranhas.
Oh,
They're like little.
piranha is where I went to first. Minnow.
You wouldn't have feet left. You'd take your feet out and be bone. It'd be
no bones.
yeah.
I think that'd be better for me. My feet are awful.
If you had skeleton feet,
I think they eat
I
the
think
bone.
most doctors would disagree.
Piranhas are. They.
I mean, as long as you keep the bone, then you can at least balance yourself. It's when you lose those bones.
I think
like,
you need all
lose your
the
balance.
tendons though that keep those bones from.
It's
just,
true. I think they need the tendons too.
But yeah, piranhas are like a bone-in type of eater. All their meats are bone-in.
Yeah, they're all boning.
Now, I want to get back to the brother dynamic. Were your parents together growing up?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. There's a pause there.
yeah. Well, they got divorced,
They did get divorced. Okay.
but I was out of the house.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I wonder this with.
but they're also back together now. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, good job, parents.
But like I wonder this with my older brother, in that he was removed from the family dynamic for a while. Like he would show up.
He was removed from the family. That sounds dark.
Well, he removed himself.
Oh, okay.
He was like, "Peace out, bitches," because we're from Oregon originally.
Oh,
And when we came here, he was like, "This place fucking sucks. I'm going back to Oregon." And so we were all like dealing with a bunch of shit while he was elsewhere. And then he would come back and be like, "What's up? How's everybody doing?" And we'd be like, "Depressed." So
Were you in Baxter? Is that where we are?
yeah,
Okay, is this where your parents moved to Baxter
yes,
Or Becker.
or Becker? Oh yeah, Becker. Shoot,
I think Baxter's up north.
yeah, Baxter.
it feels.
I knew that too because I said I was going to the Ted Danson sitcom today. I was really
Do you
excited.
get that reference?
No. Oh, it's a show, Becker.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I was driving in here, I thought you all were farmers.
I mean,
Because if you come here from the cities, you go on a dirt road.
I hate the
And
Google.
then it was just a community in the middle of nowhere with cookie cutter houses. I thought it was a fucking cult ground.
It is. It's
Are
actually.
you the Maharishi of
It's. What is that?
Becker?
Is it Black Mirror that has that where it's like a nuclear dome where we're protected from the outside world, but everyone's just a little fucking off because we're the only people left on Earth.
Is that the new American Horror Story?
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
You don't even. How do you know what that is? You don't even watch those shows.
I see previews. I watch things.
He reads the TV guide.
I do read TV Guide. Tonight at 9 p.m. Rerun of whatever the fuck George Costanza was doing after Seinfeld.
According to George?
I think so.
Yeah.
So with
Dunstan checks in. Okay, go ahead.
Thing is, you got to finish your story about your brother.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
He wouldn't laugh at Chris because he didn't want Chris to get the.
He wouldn't laugh.
No,
at-
Chris would try and make him laugh all the time. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
Oh.
and so because we would also go out to New York and work for our uncle who built fences, and we would put up fences. I would make jokes all the time. He would never laugh. Sometimes he would punch me, and then I found out years later from my sister-in-law. She was like, "Sean used to call me and be like, Chris was being fucking hilarious today, but I can't laugh at his jokes because then it'll get to his head."
Oh.
That's why his head's so
And it's
big.
like, what the fuck, man? My head's already enormous. Just
Yeah.
laugh at my jokey jokes.
Get to his head. What are your parents like? Is your dad like a really annoying dad joke guy?
No.
No, they are fucking hilarious, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love them very much.
Like
See,
he like, how can he do comedy when he grew up in such a nice household? Like, I have two amazing parents. I have this and this and this.
that's where the mental health comes in.
Yeah, it's true.
We've all got some dark mental health issue. And those who say
Not
that
me.
they don't end up touching kids, apparently. So,
I do then. Or how do I get out of the child molestation thing?
like, at what point did you think, yeah, I could try this?
Oh, I didn't know it was a thing until I knew there were stand-up comics, and I saw Mitch Hedberg when I was 17.
No way.
Which was cool. And then I went to college, and I didn't really know where stand-up comics came from. Like, I kind of assumed they were somehow famous otherwise, and then just would have specials. Because I'm an idiot. So one time, like, this guy scheduled like a comedy show at our college, and I'm like, this guy is a fucking dork. And I just mocked him relentlessly, and then I was like, that was dumb. And then about, I don't know.
Was
eight
it
years
Kevin
later-
Hart?
Yeah. Yep, I'm 45 or however old he is. Yeah, but then I walked by that Red Raven place, which is an open mic in Fargo, and there were 80 crowd members in there, and people were laughing their asses off, and I thought, I'll give it a shot. My brother and I were going to both try it. He didn't try it.
Did you write bits beforehand, or did you have like preconceived, if I were to go on stage, this is the type of shit that I would do?
I had a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But not much.
Okay.
Yeah. I think everything I tell nowadays was written after I started doing comedy. I had some friends though that had like notebook after notebook after notebook of joke ideas, and they came out. There's this guy Adam Quinnell, he used to be in Minneapolis. He's from Fargo. He basically had a whole album written before he went on stage for the first time.
Wow.
Like the fourth time he performed comedy, he opened for Todd Berry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
I wasn't like that at all. I didn't get my first non-open mic gig for a year.
Okay. But that's pretty on par. Open mic?
Not in Fargo.
Oh, really?
No.
It was pretty common for people to, after their first set, like, well, you definitely deserve a hot
Yeah.
20, so.
Pretty much.
Did you produce any shows when you were in Fargo?
Yeah, I had an open mic at the New Direction called the Monday Night Comedy Open Mic.
Okay.
It's on Mondays. I had one called Pickle Parrot West.
Pickle Parrot
Comedy
West?
show. It was at the Pickle Parrot West. What other good
Original
names did I
names.
have for shows? I think that was it. I hate producing shows. I get so much anxiety about people not showing up.
Yes.
Oh my God, I just feel terrible if people don't show up. And also comics are flakes.
Pull
You
that
know,
mic a little closer.
yeah, sorry. Comics are flakes.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Jesus.
30 minutes late for this shit.
Well, weather,
Imagine there were 6
girlfriend.
of me.
That's the thing. Yeah. Like when Chris would produce, it's like some people would show up like right before they're like, you're like, are they going to even show up? And sometimes they show up right before their set and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's fun. Well, I mean, you think about like a lot of the shows that are produced here are showcase style. So it'll be like up to 6 or 7 comics.
Yeah.
So they kind of, I think they think that, okay, well, I'm definitely not going first. So I've got time to show up because I'm not going to watch somebody I've already seen do all of their shit at an open mic.
Mhm.
I'm just going to show up when I think is okay. So it's like an open mic mentality in that way, because it's the crowds are so similar in these showcases, I think.
Yeah. And that makes sense to me. But obviously if everyone does that, then there's no one to get on stage
Yes. Yep. 100%.
at all. But yeah, no, I hate producing shows.
So
I
what?
also had a show down in Northfield for a little bit that some guy gave me, and it was canceled within 3 weeks.
So what made you want to come to Minnesota?
I went to school south of the cities,
Okay.
and I have a lot of friends that are here. It's really easy. I'm not that adventurous,
Okay.
so I figured I could hang in Minneapolis, and I knew a lot of people down here because we had a comedy club up in Fargo, and we'd always get people from the cities to come up.
Okay. Did Mike? Fuck, I can't remember his last name. Glasses, lanky, fanny pack,
Lestor.
Lestor. Did you meet him in Fargo?
I saw him in Fargo. He didn't really know who I was.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I saw him one time. I saw him like the first time he did maybe like 20 minutes at this place called Big D's.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Was it a strip club?
No.
Damn it.
They had 3-for-1s though. So pretty classy place.
Hell yeah. Now, okay, so you come to Minnesota, you're going to school, and are you doing mics like how often were you hitting mics throughout the week?
No, I wasn't in school when I started doing comedy. I'm 34 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people go to school for a long time.
Yeah, but they're
We're 30. We're 33. So
okay.
Yeah, same
I'm
age
just kidding.
range.
I'm just
it's
kidding.
funny though. A lot of comics we meet, they're like, "Yeah, I'm 26." You're like, "Fuck, I'm old." Like,
Oh, I just did my podcast with Tommy Bear.
Ooh,
Yeah.
19 years old, killing it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's 20, 24, 25, but still.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I moved back to Fargo. Did Fargo, moved down here. Yeah, I've been down here for like three years doing mics and doing shows.
Okay. Now, so I'm sorry. So I posed that question weird. How often are you hitting, or were you hitting mics before?
Oh, before all this?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty often. Like, I went through like a breakup in the middle of last summer,
Okay.
and I like rededicated myself to going out all the time. And I actually even hung out sometimes, which is pretty crazy. Like, you can't hang out if you're in a relationship. You can't be like, I was at the mic for an extra 3 hours. Just
really, you can't. Huh?
no, it ruins marriages.
You hear that, listeners?
Fuck.
Divorce. Well, now you're not going to comedy shows anymore anyway, so there is nothing. No
Yeah.
comedy, really.
I'm so bad. I love the hang so much.
He does.
Like it's my favorite part of, like, so two things are my favorite part of comedy. One is the hang, and two is the riffing. Riffing / roasting.
Okay.
So like hanging out with comics, and just the conversations can go in so many directions, no matter what the topic is. No matter what fucked up thing is happening in your life, there's a joke in there. And I love that chemistry that I have with other comics. I'm lucky in the like the most of the mics that I've gone to, I've been able to have those kinds of relationships, which is fucking great.
Yeah, I do like that too. I like that about it. But like, to be honest, I'm usually thinking about my set
Sure.
before, and then once I'm done, I'm like, let's get the hell out of here. Because they take so long. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
you get on stage, you've been there for 2 hours.
Yep.
Some people love it though, and I get it. It is fun.
He's such an extrovert. He feeds off other people.
Yeah,
He needs
me,
it.
it's like draining
Yeah.
to talk to these people, and also like comics are really loud and opinionated, and
That's true.
say a bunch of funny stuff, and they expect you to respond. Wait, riffing?
Yeah.
No, it's too much work.
I guess I am, like, I'm such a geek for comedy
Yeah.
that I love that shit. So it makes me forget about responsibilities even more. So I'm like just glued to that chair,
Like
like
your kids at home and
keep doing the things. Like I brought Kim we went and saw Tom Segura. Where was that? At the State Theater?
no, it was at the college.
Oh yeah.
Is he the
that's
guy
right.
with the juggling? What does he do?
Tom Segura, him and his wife have a podcast called Your Mom's House.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And,
They juggle on there.
they juggle.
They
Yeah.
do juggle though.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought so.
A lot of scrum eating as well.
Scrum.
Yeah, that's
What is that? Is that like taint
Yes.
juice or what?
That's the taint and butthole they call the scrum.
Oh, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just guessed that.
But so we went directly from that show to CCU, and that hang is like, it's just as good. Well, it can be bad because the comics that stay in that hallway,
Yeah.
like right in that entryway. But there's the green room, there's upstairs in the bar, and in the bar room or the bar area, you can be as loud as you fucking want, and it's not going to affect what's happening on stage.
Yep. And there's outside too. People hang
Yeah.
outside. I really do like hanging out at that place. I do a lot. But the problem is if I had a weekend at home where I wasn't doing shows, I'd probably be spending that time with my girlfriend at the time, because I would do all these road gigs.
Oh.
My friend and I do these shows called the 40 Below Comedy Show, where we go to rural North Dakota, to these small towns, and perform for these drunk rednecks that say the N-word a lot.
You know what? I just remembered the first time I actually heard of you was when you did
When you dropped that big
right.
N word.
What?
That's
No,
true.
that wasn't me.
Right before you got canceled. was the 12-mile show. You did that for Minberg, right?
That was like the third dumbest show I've ever done in my entire life.
Where was it? Long Prairie? Is it Long Prairie?
Yeah.
It's not anywhere. It's a bar, and
literally nowhere.
Miles,
Is there a church
from the
by
nearest
there?
building. No,
Not
there's
even a church
nothing.
next to there. Oh.
There's nothing. I think it's called like 10 Mile Bar because it's 10 miles from the closest town, either to the east or the west.
12 miles.
Well, tomato.
But it
So
smelled
how
like
do these-
shit everywhere.
How do these drunk people get home? They drive drunk home, huh?
Well, actually, the people there weren't that drunk.
Oh.
The issue was more that was Ryan running the show.
Yep.
He started like 30 minutes late.
Yep.
And then he had like 4 comics come up, and it kind of burned the crowd. But then he had an intermission, which is, it's for someone who's been doing comedy a long time. We hate intermissions. Like it's not a good move. No one likes it.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna do it, maybe 5 minutes. But he did like a 40-minute intermission.
Whoa.
So when I got on stage, the comedy show had started like 2 hours and 40 minutes before. And there were just like these 4 old biddies in the front row that had not laughed at anything, but they needed their like grandkids to come and wheel them out. So they were stuck there. And I tore into them for 30 minutes.
When I did that show,
And they didn't laugh, did they?
No.
No.
The comics laughed because I'm never mean to people from stage, but I just had it.
when I did the show, I showed up early, and the waitress that came to our table goes, "What do you want?" I was like, "Well, a food." Okay. You want something to drink? I was like, "Yeah, that'd be good." So she goes, gets us our drinks. You ready? Yeah. Can I just get a basket of fries? And she goes, "A basket? What's a basket of fries?" I was like, I don't know. So it's super aggressive. Excuse me. And then I went to the bathroom, and this old dude walked up to me, like in the urinal next to me, I should say, and was like, "Oi, there's a comedy show tonight." And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "You think they're going to be any funny?" And I said, "I don't know. I heard they do a lot of black jokes." And he started to physically turn his body away from me while he was peeing. It was pretty great. We had we had a bunch of people sitting at the bar that were like turned away from the stage too.
Mm-hmm.
And I have this joke where I talk about sucking your friend's dick when he hasn't showered, and how unfortunate that experience is.
Yeah.
But as soon as I said, when you're about to suck your friend's dick, all of these Trump-supporting old white dudes turned, and with their eyes almost to say, "No, we never suck dick." And I was like, "This is great. This is why I come." But okay, so when did you start doing road gigs? Are these shows that you set up yourself?
Yeah, my friend mostly sets them up.
Okay.
Yeah. His name's Nathan Fulsbach. He is stuck in Botno, North Dakota for the entirety of this quarantine.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That sounds like a very small town.
Yeah, it's 1,000 people in the Turtle Mountains.
The Turtle Mountains?
They're not mountains, and there are no turtles there. Just one of the hills looks kind of like a turtle,
Oh,
like all hills do.
yeah.
So, but yeah, so he books a lot of them. He books like 90%. I book like 10% of them, and we go out and do them. You just call at bars or Facebook message them, be like, "We want to do a comedy show. Here's the price. We'll bring 3 or 4 comics. It's going to be a certain price."
Yeah, but what
Here's
made
the
you
price.
guys how did that idea even come about?
And we would set up people would set up some small road gigs, but it was the idea to like be able to get stage time. We didn't have a club for a little while in the cities, and we wanted to stretch and do longer sets. I mean, that's where the majority of my feature sets I've done have been, like I've probably done like 50, maybe more than that, maybe like 100 of these
Holy shit.
shows. So like if I was going to do that in the cities, I would have to get booked at every club, and it would take me 4 years.
Yeah.
So
Wow, that's
Yeah.
really fucking cool. So you guys just wanted to, you knew that you had the material and you wanted to be able to have that stage to do it.
yeah, and also it's a really good experience. I mean, if it's not too traumatic, like you grow a lot being in these bars and small towns and trying to get through your shit. Because if you can get it to work there, you can get it to work everywhere, pretty much, as long as you're not playing towards the like lowest common denominator.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you find that you were adjusting your set at all for the towns that you were in? Like, were there any towns where you were like, I'm not gonna be able to do this fucking joke here?
A little bit of that. There's some stuff that I cut. A lot of it, though, is that I just got louder as a comic. I got faster as a comic. I had more crowd interaction. Because you got to pull them in. There's a lot of people there that aren't there to see comedy. They're there because that's where they go every night and drink, 20 Busch Lights.
Yeah.
So you have to pull them in somehow.
Matt Field and I have said that people, like for bar shows, people show up and comedy is happening. They're not going there for comedy. It's just happening. Oh, there's comedy happening.
Mm-hmm.
But, and that's interesting with the crowd stuff, because I feel like every single comic we have on here doesn't like doing any crowd work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough if you just go in and you try to figure it out. But if it's the best way to do crowd work is make it seem like it's crowd work, but it's not really.
Oh.
Like you ask a question enough that you get only like 4 or 5 responses, and then like you can just move off of that. That's what all these crowd work comedians do.
Oh, that's interesting.
They're a bunch of magicians.
I was just going to say that. There's like when people do like pretend that they're doing mind reading, right?
Yeah.
They have that method figured out where they go, okay, if they answer this way, then it probability leans more towards this thing, and they just keep doing that.
It's called cold reading.
Yes, cold reading. There we go.
Yeah. It can also help you succeed in business and
Really?
relationships. Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of relationships, what's your work relationship?
Are you working?
Am I
right now,
having
or-
sex with
Yeah.
my boss?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. I'm working remotely right now.
What kind of work do you do?
Right now I'm doing site selection for car washes. So
Really?
It's just finding and sending basically information on places where a car wash could go.
What's the criteria for I've never even thought of that.
You have to be next to a source of water,
Okay.
preferably right below a big water tower.
Ah.
That's about it.
That's pretty
Need a road to it? Or by train tracks. You can have the cars trained in.
Sure.
Yep.
I like my favorite car washes are always on tracks.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
There's not much car left after the wash, but
I actually come from a railroad family.
No, you don't.
I mean, that have worked on the railroad.
Really?
Yeah, all live long day. Yeah. My grandfather was an engineer, and my uncle was an engineer on the BNSF.
Oh, wow.
It was a pretty big fucking deal in North Dakota.
I know.
Wow.
They love,
The railroads.
Yeah, they sure do.
Every
don't talk shit about
town,
'em.
the railroad goes right through the main street.
And there's always a bar nearby.
Oh, multiple bars.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's this one railroad track that the Amtrak came through on, and on one side was a Bismarck, which had been open since 1935, and the other side was the Empire, which had been open since 1936. And it was just always madness, a zoo. And every year, like 1 or 2 people would get run over by a train.
Oh my God.
So, like in class, you know how you would have like school shooting drills or something nowadays? We had killer train seminars.
Would you
Called Operation Stop, which meant if a train's coming, stop. Unless you're on the tracks, then don't stop.
I thought it was duck down, cover your head.
Yeah.
And that's how you avoid the track.
What you want to do is make it look like you're really big. Train will
stop
Scare
for
the
you.
fuck
Not for you, yeah.
Oh fuck. Tilt that biatch
Okay.
just a smidgen.
All
He's
right.
trying
There
to
we
drink
go.
his
I know.
Drinking my
non-fountain
soda and
drink.
trying to. I thought I'd have a. Yeah, that's the idea with the fountain drink was a straw.
Yeah, that's a good point. I did botch that a little bit. My bad. So this is interesting because when Casey came on here, I remember him saying that he had been thinking about doing a podcast, and he was like, Joe came up with this idea called Joke Quest. I think it was 2000 at the time or something like that. And so I remember the concept, and then after we recorded, he told me like what the process would be and like picking out of a jar. I was like, that's a fucking great idea. You guys need to do that.
Yeah.
And then you fucking did it.
We did it.
So where did that idea come from?
Well, actually, like Gabe messaged me, is like, hey, do you want to do a podcast at my studio? Record it at my studio. I'm like, okay. And he said, come up with a podcast. And then I thought, what would be the easiest thing to do? And that was it. It is.
Yeah.
I write jokes anyway.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So I basically tell other comedians, hey, write jokes the way I write jokes.
The way I
And
like
then come
them.
over to my house and then try to make me laugh.
yeah.
That's my podcast.
So how often are people trying to write jokes long?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
like how long?
Like too fucking long to try and make it work for the the way that you guys normally do
Yeah,
it.
so they always fit on a note card.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no flipping of the note card. But I like writing them like really long sometimes, so they take really small print and takes up the entire. Because then it's funny. Because then they don't know when it's going to end. They're like, "How is this not ended?" Because I love that. I mean, I'm mostly a one-liner writer or shorter joke writer, but I have some ones that are like intentionally long for humorous purposes, like Shaggy Dog stories. You know what I'm talking about, Shaggy Dog? No. There's like this old joke where someone did this long bit about this shaggy dog, and then at the end, the punchline was, "That dog's not that shaggy." Okay, no one knows what I'm talking about.
I get the
Have you ever seen
sentiment.
the like Norm Macdonald's moth, like
It's been a long
the
time.
moth joke? So the moth joke's a pretty simple joke. The punchline is like a moth goes in and describes his problems. And then the doctor's like, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm a podiatrist. And he's like, well, the light was on.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used
Okay.
to tell that joke all the
Yes.
fucking time.
Yeah.
I love that. So it's in
But
that
Norm, when he was on Conan or whatever, who's on TV, I don't know. He told it and made it like 15 minutes long, like unnecessarily long. And I think sometimes that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like Christopher Hitchens. Do you know who that is?
Yeah. He's
He
died being waterboarded.
Yeah, he did die being waterboarded.
Okay.
For Christ.
Okay.
But there was like Vogue had some type of award thing, and they wanted him to speak because he's a journalist.
Yeah.
And he chose to tell 2 jokes, and it took like 20 minutes to tell 2 jokes.
Nice.
He tells this joke about these 2 onions and how they fall in love. He starts with the boy onion and how he went to school and he wanted to be like his father.
This is heteronormative, his joke.
It is heteronormative.
Okay. Continue.
So heteronormative. What are onions? What type of vegetable are those things?
They're a bulb.
Yeah.
Bulb. Yeah, there we go. So this bulb has very big plans of becoming a chemical engineer, just like his father. And then he meets another bulb at school, and they fall in love. He courts her, and then they end up pregnant. And it was unexpected. And so the mother is brought to the hospital, and the father is in the waiting room rolling back and forth, worried as hell.
Yeah. No legs.
And the doctor comes out and says, "Sir, can I have a word?" Onion rolls over. What's the word, Doc? What's going to happen? Is my son okay? Is it a boy? Is it a girl? It is a boy. And I want you to know that this is okay. But your son is going to be a vegetable the rest of his life.
Nah.
But that's the same fucking thing, like just this And
For that one,
for that
that one line.
that sting that people like, the look in people's eyes when they go.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
It's one of my favorite things.
I've started doing this one. I wrote this really dumb one-liner, but I've made it really long. And what I do is I tell like kind of a slew of like somewhat offensive jokes, and I say, okay, now I'm actually going to be serious right now, because this next joke is probably the most offensive joke I've ever written. It may be the most offensive joke I've ever heard in my entire life. It's got me banned from comedy clubs. I once tried to tell it at Thanksgiving. I'm no longer allowed at family occasions. And I tell everyone to buckle up. I say, leave the room if you're sensitive to these kind of things. And then I'm like, okay, here we go. Have you heard what they say about a man with big ears? No? Well, he sure has. But I build it up for like 5 minutes.
That's so awesome. Does anyone ever get up and walk out?
No. They know
That
I'm
would be
full
the
of
best.
shit.
All of a sudden you see a couple people walk out, you're like, idiots.
No, they walk out for separate reasons.
So now back to your podcast. What made you want to get Casey involved?
It's tattoos. I don't know.
You like his tattoos? Tattoos
Yeah.
do read well on podcasts.
They do. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't remember what I was thinking at the time, but I'm glad we did it together. We met in Fargo to discuss the ideas of a podcast, and he happened to be in Fargo. I happened to be in Fargo. We were talking about it. I don't remember why it came up. I must have had some good impression of him for a moment for some reason.
Ah.
Yeah, but it works pretty well. I
Yes.
think we like kind of play off each other pretty well. We're foils to each other.
Yeah,
He's kind of soft spoken because his face is broken.
Is his face still broken?
I don't know.
I feel
He's always kind of looked like that.
he's milking it on one side. For sure.
He's milking it. Well, yeah, he's getting that trip to Disneyland, so he has to keep it up.
I wonder what is happening with Make-A-Wish Foundation kids right now. Since they can't go.
I mean, I think Disney World opened up, and
Oh,
there's
no.
only like so many people that can get in.
Well,
I don't know
But
though.
still, you're not going to send someone like the most vulnerable population.
Or like the population that can get sick. Oh, that's so sad.
Do you think they like Zoom with Michael Jordan and that's their thing now?
Well, they got the Cameo.
Oh,
They could just give him $1 million of credit on Cameo.
I was telling Booblets that I think he should make a Cameo account and just pretend to be one of the Sklar brothers.
Oh. Yeah, he
Right?
kind of looks like him.
Yeah, he's Sklar-like.
Yeah,
Sklar adjacent.
I mean, I haven't seen those guys for a while, so yeah, sure.
But yeah, Make-A-Wish Foundation kids. If your wish is to be shouted out on our podcast,
Oh yeah.
write in. I'll say your name.
What's some common names right now
I was just
for little kids?
Rex.
Rex. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. People are getting weird.
There's a lot of
Caden,
Wyatts, Cadens, Camdens,
Hayden,
Haydens, Jadens.
Murray.
So there's probably some kid named like Wyatt Johnson who's dying right now.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's for you, Wyatt.
Yeah.
Now, since the pandy has happened,
Yeah.
were you going into work before, or were you always working from home?
Oh yeah, I was working remotely and traveling for it and going to Fargo sometimes, but yeah. But then after the pandy happened, I just like didn't see anybody except for my girlfriend who I just started dating right before it. If not, I would have seen no one.
Really?
Yeah, but now I have a roommate too, so
Okay.
yeah, I see enough people.
Is he funny?
Yeah, he's a comic.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, his name's Ethan Peterson. He just moved here from Fargo in the middle of the pandemic.
That's good.
Yeah.
Is he also searching for car wash?
He is working for a property management company.
So same.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
yeah, he got that job like immediately upon moving down here.
Oh, that's crazy.
During a pandemic.
Yeah.
So
Impressive.
what's it been like? I mean, I know with your podcast you get to write jokes and kind of perform them still, but is it weird not like actually traveling to go and tell jokes?
Yeah. I mean, I've done a few shows. recently, but I haven't traveled to go do any of them. Well, actually, the only like paid show I did was at Sisyphus, and that was a lot of fun. Like that was the most fun I've ever had in that room, and it's a fun room.
It really is.
Yeah, and it was half full. It was only like 20, 25 people in there.
Did you have to wear a mask?
Kind of while moving around, but once you get on stage, you can take it off because
Okay.
people are far enough
Okay.
back.
And people, audience, did they have to wear masks at that time?
You have to wear masks when you're moving around.
Okay.
I see. Because when you're sitting, you're drinking.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think the main people get it is like spitting in each other's mouths, kind of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. We've had to stop. We live together, and I can't spit in her mouth.
Oh, yeah. That's when the love is gone.
It's when you know you're in trouble. Is you can't.
Gross. When you make that sound, it's so gross.
That's mucus, and too. That is
Ugh.
gross.
Did you write jokes that were about the current state of things?
I wrote like 2 jokes
See,
about it. I didn't intentionally write jokes about it. I thought that was kind of dumb.
Yeah. See, and I felt the same way. Like of the, like at least in the comedy world, what I've been hearing is that people are like undecided whether they do the 40 that they had created, or if they scrap that and adjust to like the way the world is now. And I think people are kind of sick of hearing that shit. They're like waking up every day and talking about the pandemic and talking about.
It's literally half of what everyone talks about, if not more.
Yeah.
You know, and comics aren't that smart. You know what I mean? They're not going to say anything that insightful about anything. So
Right. Yeah. And so I've been wondering that because like Alex and I have started to, with Dude Absolutely, we have test that premise. So we at least have to write 1 joke a week, or like find 1 joke that we've been in the past, and trying to like workshop that shit almost. So like you say the premise, because it's not always a joke. It's like I think there's something in this. Like an example would be, he brought up how on Twitter there are people that have gotten famous just by commenting on Donald Trump's tweets.
yeah.
And like you go to their page and it's like so-and-so inspirational, yada, yada, proudly retweeted by President Donald Trump. And the idea that like, that's such a weird Twitter is so, I still can't wrap my head around. Like, do you write Twitter jokes?
I used to write all my jokes on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah. For a period of a couple years. I have like 6,000 tweets that are pretty much all jokes.
See, and I didn't know about that. I didn't know that comics were doing that until like the last 6 months or so.
And some people are really good at writing. A lot of the younger comics are really good at writing Twitter jokes. Like, because it's a certain kind of joke, too. I was just putting my one-liners on there. They don't translate as well. Because I'm thinking about how they'll sound on stage. But these people, like, know Twitter so well. They know what trends, what pops, what... And they're really good at it.
When I think of the younger ones that would do that, does James Stanley do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
he's pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James does it. Tommy does it. Ryan does it pretty well.
Yep. Sorry, crashing the Titanic over here. I love jokes so much, Joe. So
Yeah.
When your guys' podcast came out, I got so goddamn excited. It actually inspired me to start writing jokes more.
Awesome.
So I think that with what you guys do, I don't know if you know that, but like I think that there are comics that listen to it and are like, you know, I think I could expand on this type of premise, or like move forward with that.
Yeah, hopefully. Like, hopefully it inspires people to write jokes.
We
also literally make people write jokes, which I think helps too.
Well, and I mean, is the rule that they have to be new jokes?
No, they can be old jokes, but we encourage new jokes because it's not that much fun to read a joke on there that we've heard before.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Sure.
I don't know. I don't think comedy's an art.
No?
No, I spent so much time and just B clubs watching all these hacks come through, just crushing. It's a skill. It's like bricklaying or something.
I think it's like poker in that sense, because there are people who say poker is like all this math and all these things, and then you have dudes that win championships that are like, you just get lucky sometime, man.
They make it look like it's luck. They also make it look like just comics make it look like they're just off the cuff. And Jerry Seinfeld is like, I was walking through the grocery store today and I saw this banana on top of another banana. And you're like, wow, this dude's legit. But in reality, he has workers buy his bananas.
He does.
And then he has another group of workers write the banana jokes. And
Yep.
he goes on stage and he's a big fucking phony. Take that, Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
But
Damn it, he's not going to follow our podcast
Yeah.
anymore now.
Eat a big old bag of bananas, you fucking hack. I like that idea of like him assigning one person to go buy bananas. Then there's a writer who has to go and
Follow,
Yes.
follow the banana buyer.
do you improv at all?
like on stage, do I say things that are not written out? Or
No,
what
I
do you
mean
mean?
like if I tried to throw an improv scene at you.
Oh God,
I
don't do that.
I do improv adjacent stuff. Grant pointed this out when he was on here, was that the type of improv that I like is I'm a director and I set up a scene.
He wants to tell you what you have to say,
Oh.
but then you have to
No,
make
no,
up
no,
your
no,
own
no.
You're
words.
the Drew Carey of the whole operation.
Oh.
Yes, exactly.
You're the shit. What did we call him? I was in improv in high school. There was a name for that title. Yeah, in our shows, you got to sit behind a desk like Drew Carey and have a whistle.
Really?
You blow the whistle and you
You
say what the
wanted to-
games are and get the premises from out the springboards from out in the audience.
That's Chris's dream job.
Yeah.
It is. I just got
Should start a
super
little
hard.
improv troupe.
Call him the
Yeah, you'd be good at improv.
why for art thou's.
What?
Yeah, the why for art thou? Why for art thou doing improv in this place? Yes, and also.
Those nerds do like Shakespeare shit.
Yeah, they do. Fucking nerds.
Sorry, you an improv guy?
I'm having a tough time. Okay, let me pan this out. Normally I can read people and figure out where they could expand on a thing. And you have you're like a Juggernaut in the Marvel's X-Men, in that you have that shield that protects him from Professor X, Xavier.
I thought Juggernaut was just a big dude.
He is a big dude, but the reason he has that big ass helmet is so that his brother, Professor Xavier, can't infiltrate his mind and read his mind.
They're brothers?
Yeah.
Why is one a little crippled guy?
Because that's how mutants work, I guess.
Were they in the womb together and one stole all the energy from the other and one stole all the brain from the other one?
Actually, if you want to get into
One has
it.
two brains and one has two bodies.
Chris is really into comics.
Is that accurate?
So Juggernaut.
Wow, you're really.
But I do have a shield. No one gets
Yeah.
beyond the shield.
Okay, here we go.
What are you talking
I'm going to
about?
figure it out. I got it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I would like to purchase a boat.
Good luck in this economy. All the boats have been bought up.
That's true.
People are living at sea now.
They are living at sea.
Yeah.
It's like your
It's only
dad.
saved
Your
you
dad
from
bought a
COVID.
jet ski and he can't get it till next year.
That's true.
Yeah. All the
Our neighborhood,
BUIs.
all bought trampolines.
We sure did. And the pools. We didn't get a pool.
And there was a storm one night, and there were trampolines just fucking flying
Everywhere.
Oh,
Not ours.
that's fun.
Yeah. It's fun watching it roll past your window and think, I hope a trampoline doesn't nail my car.
Sorry. Okay. Shh.
All right, so, okay.
What were you saying?
I would like to purchase a boat.
Yes.
And you will play the role of boat salesman.
Okay.
And I'd like you to tell me the features of this boat and try to get me to purchase it.
All right.
You're expecting him to know a lot about boats.
Hello,
No.
sir.
Hi.
Are you looking to buy a boat?
Yes, very much so.
What kind of boat?
I would like an aerodynamic boat.
Any other features you want?
Could there be is it called a below deck?
Yeah.
I would like a bellowing deck.
Okay. Anything else?
I need storage for all of my bananas.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. This boat has that.
And
And it's free.
You can get it in 3 years.
That was perfect.
Thank you. I'm pretty good.
That was really good.
Very creative.
Yes, and. Yes,
Anything
and.
else?
Yes, and. Those bananas are gonna get squishy on that boat.
I like that version of the salesman too. What do you want? That's what this one has.
Just like way beyond yes and creating no conflict whatsoever.
No monthly down payments? Do you want monthly down payments? Then no. Oh, okay, well, it's time for everyone's favorite segment on this show.
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1. I edit in. I edit
Is
in.
it less creepy fucking voice?
Have you seen the Schnack Squirrel? Now, you picked out a snack.
Yeah.
Would you mind reading what that snack is called?
Gelatin free.
That's
Okay.
So no horse hoofs.
Yeah. Lordas Gordas. It's a sweet peak of the week. Sweet jellies with gooseberry apple or pear flavor, net weight 2.80 ounce, 80 grams. IKEA nutrition facts about 2.5 servings per container.
so crack that bitch open.
Okay.
You take one, smell it, don't eat it.
Smell it, don't eat it.
Yeah.
This is like that Oreo test they gave us when we were kids.
Oh yeah.
Because you'll get more Oreos.
Yeah, I'll get more Lordas God snack and flunkins.
So you're Norwegian, not Swedish, is what I hear from
Yeah.
you.
If this
Okay.
was Norwegian, I'd be able
But
to
those
say it
feet are
perfectly.
from Middle Earth for sure.
These aren't like hairy at all.
They're just I have small feet
You gotta
syndrome.
pass it.
Okay. Oh, these smell like feet. Oh, I got 2 of them. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Fine.
They stuck together.
Ducks fly together.
This is crazy how much these smell like feet.
Ew. Ew.
Wow, that is a odd smell.
It's like when you walk into someone's house who they've been smoking for years and the walls are almost yellow.
I like that. It's all in the drapes.
This is what the drapes, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's softer than I thought they'd be.
Yeah.
Tastes like medicine.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't figure out what the fuck they taste like.
You guys ever get holes in your teeth? Big, deep holes?
Mm-hmm.
You're getting stuck in those.
Oh yeah.
That means you'll be eating it later.
Oh.
Okay, now I'm getting it. It's like it's almost like Mike and Ike's, but like desaturated Mike and Ike's.
It's almost like there's no gelatin in these fuckers.
Where are the horse hoofs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can also get it from bones, horse bones too. I'm more of a bone guy.
Yeah. I like my gelatin.
Like those piranhas.
Yeah.
Call back.
Good callback. I was gonna say I like my gelatin like I like my feet, just bones. But you beat me to it.
Yours is better though.
Wait, was I allowed to swallow it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys swallowed it yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm still sucking on mine. The more that I suck on it, the harder it gets.
I don't get the. I don't know how to
dick
explain
joke.
the taste.
Yeah, that's very odd. They're not bad.
But
They're
I'm-
just there, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, you know how like they make wine by stomping on it?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I feel like these were limes that they stomped on
little Swedish kids.
they had a horse stomp on them. And the horse had melting hoofs. And so the horse foot stench and the hoofs came
no
together with
gelatin.
limes.
Right, it's hoof
Yeah.
excretion.
Oh yeah, it's gelatin free. Shit.
That's why
These
I said
are
little Swedish kids because
vegan
it's
horses.
from IKEA.
Yeah. Oh
Little
yeah,
Swedish kids stomping on it,
that's true.
and then they package it in Sweden, send it to all
nice.
the IKEAs. And
I like how they don't use horse hoofs at IKEA. They just use every other part of the horse
Right.
in their meatballs.
man, their meatballs are good.
Speaking of which,
I ate some Swedish meatballs today.
really?
Yeah.
We love Swedish meatballs.
Oh, I made like 3 pounds of them.
Hell yeah!
3 pounds.
From the IKEA, or you made your
I
own?
made I didn't make the meatballs. I bought the big frozen bags of meatballs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
gross.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Let's go back to IKEA.
Okay.
I'd like to set up another scene
Okay.
where you're an IKEA salesman
Okay.
and I'm looking for some furniture.
All right.
Hi. Do you work here?
Yes, I do. My name is Lars. I am Swedish.
That's good because I'm looking for some Swedish furniture.
Oh, you're in luck, sir. For standing in front of you is another salesman named Sven.
Oh. Hi, Sven.
He will take it from here.
Oh. Well, thank you, Lars. I appreciate your help.
I've been fired.
Oh,
Yeah.
so sorry.
For arson.
This actually might be my favorite version of improv.
Just I hate improv. Get
I
me
love
out
it.
of this
I'm
scene as
glad that
quickly
you
as
keep-
possible.
yeah. Because he's a pusher over here.
They're having too much fun. The improvers are having too much fun.
It's
It's
true.
like they got pixie sticks or some shit. They're like 3-year-olds.
Laughing at their own jokes.
Yeah.
Which
I do that a lot.
Give me another one of those things. I want to one more time.
try and figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm doing keto right now, so I wasn't supposed to eat one of those. But
Oh, how's
think-
the keto doing? Going?
pretty good.
Lots of cheese, lots of meat.
Yeah, made
Yep.
2 pounds of meatballs this morning.
I see. Now
No
it's all
carbs.
No
Well,
carbs.
let's see how many carbs are in it because you can have a certain amount like underneath. Right?
Yeah, what's the serving size of those? How many?
17
How many?
pieces.
17 pieces? Give me 15 of those fuckers.
Carbs is 27. Sugars is 18.
Oh, I can have.
so that's 9,
I
right?
can have six of them.
Do you want more?
I'll have a couple more.
How long have you been doing the keto?
I've been doing like keto on and off kind of for the past year.
Yeah.
I lost 30 pounds.
Hell
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
now
you-
I'm like just like 2 or 3 pounds away. Well, actually like 7 pounds away from my original goal.
I see.
So I'm just gonna get it done, and then I'm gonna never do keto again.
Well, they say that there's a plateau where like,
Yeah.
you can't get past it.
And dudes, when they, no offense, but when guys do keto, they lose that weight so fast.
I'm very offended by that.
You
Yeah.
should be. See, as women, we got to hold on to it a little longer because we're,
Well, that's because women hold on to everything. You like that? Huh?
God damn.
Huh?
Yeah, you know what you did 5 months ago on Tuesday? Because I do.
You
You should do keto.
I should do keto. I'm the fattest I've ever been. I'm legally obese.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you're not. By the way, we figured this out not on the podcast last week. He's like right under being obese.
Which, not much of an accomplishment.
Yeah.
But he's still not legal.
to-
he
to
throws
say-
that legally obese shit out.
To say, well, technically I'm not obese. That's, you're in danger.
He's a
If you
night
have to-
snacker.
Oh, a night snacker. I get that too.
And since he got out of treatment, it's 1,000 times worse. And he always brings like the
Yeah.
loudest, crunchiest bag to bed. And you know it's disgusting when he gets up and the dogs jump on the bed to find all the fucking food that he left there.
It's like a bird feeder that I make throughout the night. And then I roll over and the dogs come and peck at all the
And
seeds.
he like
that I
will
leave.
fall asleep as he's putting things in his. It's like, stop eating.
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
I think you'll be okay.
It's like it makes me think of like
He never used to be like that. He used to snack strictly on vegetables like carrots, celery. He never snacked on anything sweet. And
yeah.
But I think that will go. I think that will go away.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I know from people,
in recovery.
becoming sober,
Yeah.
in recovery, there's usually like eating for sure, or
Yeah.
smoking, or something like that. You might pick up as a bigger
Yeah.
habit, but
he did
it'll,
pick up smoking for a little bit.
Yeah, it will fade. It will fade away.
Yeah.
I think
Look at that.
you'll get some more coping skills.
Thanks, dude.
Are you descended from Grey Dukes?
I am.
Okay.
I don't know if you knew that, but let me tell you about the gray. So aliens,
Yeah.
you know how they call them the Greys.
Yeah.
So I'm descended from anthropomorphic gray aliens.
That is something else.
Yeah.
I'm descended from dog-shaped aliens. Not anthropomorphic ones.
With your podcast, how can people find the podcast?
People can find the podcast on Apple Podcasts, on Stitcher, on Google
Oh yeah, Google.
Rectangle or whatever it's. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
the new Google is something else. It's not
Yep.
Google Play.
Right, it's Google Chrome something.
Yeah,
I was just looking at the stats.
and the podcast name is Joke Quest 200. My original suggestion was Joke Quest 2000, but I typoed.
And you lost a 0.
Yeah, I lost a 0 along the way. And it's not Joke Quest 2020. So.
Joke Quest 200. Do you guys have like an Instagram or anything for that?
We do not, though. I think I'm going to set up an Instagram because you can do these. They're called like headliner videos. Have you done those? Oh, so what you can do is you can take clips of your podcast and you can, put images over them and GIFs and text.
Okay.
What do you use for podcast hosting?
I use Podbean.
Oh, okay. So this is hooked up to Libsyn, but there's probably some other kind of. You could probably do it also.
There is a video option. I just haven't explored it. But
yeah,
maybe that's.
It's
what
really
it is.
easy to use.
Well, that's awesome.
So I'm probably going to start putting out some of those onto Instagram.
Nice,
and that'll just be called Joe Quest 200 on Instagram.
If someone hasn't taken it yet.
Yeah.
Are fans able to write in jokes?
No, but I'm thinking about us making that a feature.
Because this won't come out for about 5 weeks.
All right.
Because we've put a bunch in the can.
All right. Mail all your jokes to what's your address?
Yes, hand write those jokes and mail them in post
to Baxter, Minnesota.
Baxter, Minnesota.
Or just tell jokes. Make them go viral on the streets, and I'll hear about them.
Yeah. Twitter them.
Yes.
Yes, Twitter your jokes.
Send out them tweeters.
Well, Joe, so the last thing that we do on the show, our fans or our listeners are called ducklings. I don't know if they're fans. They listen.
They're not fans. They just have nothing else to do.
So we say au revoir, little ducklings, quack, quack.
Au revoir, little ducklings, quack, quack.
Au revoir, little ducklings. Quack, quack.
Nice. Good job.
I love when people do other